Boom, Ever Onward Tribe, September Commander's Coffee. The spark for this one comes from the mouth of babes, and I'm delighted to say one of mine. My bride hopped into bed the other night, and I could tell she was emotional. She'd put our eldest, a 12-year-old, to bed, and she said, "You're not going to believe what your daughter just told me or just said to me." Our eldest is just starting middle school, so she's navigating, what can be very troubled waters socially, and finding who she is and how she fits into the world and all that stuff as it develops. But she has one friend in particular that's been really challenging, kind of just up and down, peaks and valleys, and a lot of tough kind of emotional stuff there. And we're back in church now because, COVID's over. We've been going back to church, which has been great. I think the Sunday school there has been fantastic for her. And she turned to my bride and said with this one friend, based on the kind of sermon on Sunday, that she said, "I think this person is a false idol. And I think they're trying to be something they're not, and me, praising them or kind of believing in that false idol is not a good thing." Which is unbelievable powerful to hear, like that emotional intelligence at this age. I was just kind of blown away, as was my bride. But it made me think of that concept, and that it was part of a speech I used to give very, very consistently when the young lions would show up at SEAL training, when I ran training. Everybody wanted to give them a speech, pep talk about Hell Week, hardship talks about grit and toughness and all the things it would take to get through the program. I gave very few speeches just because so many other people did. But on day one, when I meet the class, 150, 200 some young lions that were hoping to become SEALs, most of whom wouldn't make it to the finish line, I used to tell them to look around the classroom, and then I would say, "Hey, don't praise false idols. Right now, you're sitting next to a guy that looks like Michelangelo, chiseled him out of marble, and he's a sub-Olympic swimmer, and he his dad's a senator, and he's got every advantage you think he could possibly have. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to hit that water on day one, and he's going to quit. And you're going to see a lot of those guys go. And if you look at them as an idol and say, well, if he quit, I'm going to quit, or I can't do it, one's got nothing to do with the other. The guy on the other side, he was probably from a small town in Tennessee, taught himself to swim 2 weeks before the test, and we couldn't kill that guy with a nuclear weapon because his mindset is that tough. It is a real secret, and I think right now in our life, we are praising false idols, whether it's on social media or, the government or politics or all these big name folks that we seem to be trying to measure ourselves up to or emulate. It's not a good tract. Those are false idols, and they'll take away from your toughness, your abilities, your the right things to praise, which are those that you care about and take care of you, and those good friends that show you by their deeds they're worth spending time with, and you being that type of person. From the mouth of babes, don't praise false idols. Ever onward.